Hi everyone, Pickett. I'm the reference librarian here at the Brooks Free Library, and I'm here today to talk about a resource that we have at the library called the Confidential Corner. It's somewhat new. We've had it up since the beginning of August this year, and it's been very popular, and a lot of people might not know about it, so I thought I'd talk a little bit about it. So your first question is, what is the Confidential Corner? Short answer is it's a book and literature display, and we have a picture of it there for you. It's hard to get an idea if I'm just talking what it is, so thank you very much, Jamie, for putting up the picture. As you can see, there are quite a few books there, most back books. There are a couple of DVDs there as well, and there's some literature in the bottom. And these are things that it's a really different type of display than what we're used to having. So these are books that you can take out, but you don't have to check them out. It's totally okay to just take them, and you can take them for as long as you need, and return them if you can, when you can. We have had people return them in the book drop or just put them right back on the display. It's totally fine. We have multiple copies of all these books, and they've been very popular, and sometimes it's just the way to go with this kind of a resource. These books are on topics that might be hard for people to ask us about. They cover a couple of different subjects. Addiction is a big one, different substances, depression, suicide, anxiety, other mental health issues, divorce, LGBT, gender identity issues, and there's also some children's books in the mix with this. We added a few children's books recently, and we realized that there are parents who are working through these issues with their children, and so they might want to take out some children's books as well. And they seemed really popular, so we just added a couple more. We have bookmarks and handouts with more information on the books that we have there. All the books in this collection we actually also have in our regular collection. So they are available for checkout, and we have a handout with the Dewey Decimal numbers where you can find the books that are on display, so you could also check them out if you wish to, if you didn't want to take the copies that are there. And there is some literature on a few local resources where you can get more help, places like We Can and Elder Services. We have other areas of the library for literature displays, though, so we hope that if people are looking for that information that they can also talk to us. The other thing we added recently is a comments box, which is right next to our suggestion box, where you can just scribble down any ideas you had on the collection. If you've used it, was it helpful to you, or are there things that we're missing that you think we should add? Where is this collection? It's on the mezzanine in the library, which is kind of an odd place. It's between the first and second floors of the library. It's kind of a sitting area. There's an elevator stop there, and the Confidential Corner is sort of in the corner. It's kind of in next to the elevator. So it's kind of in a place where we wanted people to be able to go and browse it and kind of have the quietness to do that, but also so that they would find it. So it was kind of tough to pick a place, but so far I think it's been pretty successful and we're happy about it. Where the idea came from? Well, we stole it. And of course we modified it. Librarians share ideas like this all the time. This came actually from Ann Carpenter, our children's librarian, saw a post maybe on Instagram or Twitter or someplace from another library, different state. They had done something like this, except they did it mostly targeted at a teen audience, and it worked for them, but we decided we were going to go for a broader audience. And so we kind of modified their idea and just we kind of did it differently, and so far it's going well. Why might you need it? So a lot of people think, you know, why not look all this stuff up on the internet? But a lot of people in this town still don't have access to the internet, or maybe they do, but they don't have the privacy to look for these kind of topics or the things that they really need at home. And maybe they're just not thinking about it, but then they see these. We also offer a lot of reference services. People don't seem to realize that all these topics are things that you can ask at the reference desk, but not everybody knows how to use the library catalog. And so it's a Dewey Decimal System. We understand not everyone knows how to use that. We do have the bookmarks there that sort of guide you in that, but it's always completely okay to ask at the reference desk for more information on any of these topics. But for people who really don't know how to use the library, it's a good starting place. And that everything that's there is confidential. I mean, it's called the Confidential Corner because we don't want you to have to check the book out. You can just take it. You don't even have to go down to the circ desk. You don't have to talk to a person. It's really okay to just take it. And it kind of feeds off of the history of library services being confidential. And a lot of people might not know this, but there's actually a state law that guarantees the confidentiality of your library records. So as a library staff member, I'm actually not allowed to tell anyone what you have checked out on your library account. It actually requires a search warrant for me to do so. So even if a policeman came and said, you know, we have a security issue, we want to know if that patron checked out this book, I'm not allowed to tell him that unless he has a search warrant. So we take that very seriously, and that confidentiality extends to everything we do at the library. So if you come up to the reference desk and anyone who's sitting there, you can ask us a question. It's completely confidential what you're asking us about. We're not going to go and tell somebody, so-and-so asked us about that. We're just going to help you. We're there to help you get your questions answered, to refer you to the services you need, to get you the information that you need in any way that we can. So feel free to ask us any kind of question up there and we'll help you. Another option is to use the self-check machine. We have self-check machines downstairs. So if you're not comfortable giving a staff member a book to check out, you can just scan your library card and you can check the book out yourself. And we're more than willing as staff to help people learn how to do this. Don't worry, it's not taking away our jobs. We have plenty of other things to do. I've heard people say that before. Oh, I like to, you know, check the book out because I know you need a job. Well, it's not quite that way. We're not a store, so don't worry about that. We love to teach people how to do things. So we can teach you how to use the catalog so you don't have to ask at the desk how to find a book. We can teach you how to use your own library card and get you a pin for your library card so you can look up the books yourself and find what you really need more specifically without having to ask a staff person. It's always completely okay to ask us, but we like to teach you how to do things for yourself as well. And then the suggestion box for comments. Again, if anybody has any comments on this resource, come up and see it. Again, it's on the mezzanine, which is between the second and first floors of the library. I hope everyone can get a chance to see it and use it and give us comments and feedback. And we hope you enjoy the resource. Thank you.